What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Three-Sided Box Prediction Center. Today we are in the final week of regular season football for the 2016-17 NFL season. It's been a long 17 weeks. At times it's felt like it never would end, and at times, you know, like days like today, can't believe it's already over. So yeah, this is the last one. There is no Thursday games, there is no Monday games, only Sunday games, and that's the way football should be played. What a fitting way to end the year. So we will jump into our first matchup. A matchup that has become an irrelevant bowl. Unfortunately, there will be quite a few just for the fact that, you know, a lot of teams have been eliminated. The Baltimore Ravens walking into Cincinnati to play the Bengals. Divisional matchup. I think every matchup is divisional for the last week of the year.
It's all rivalry.
Yeah. Another great way to end the year. So, kick us off.
This would have been interesting if the Ravens would have won that game, which they came pretty close to. Pretty much a yard away from winning it.
Basically.
Tough loss. I don't know how they're going to respond, but I know that the Bengals have been struggling on the year. I don't think Eifert's playing, and I think one more player's not playing. So, I think AJ Green is playing though, and he is the.
No, I think they shut him down for the year.
No, he's playing. I'm pretty sure he's playing. But anyways, he is the Raven killer. He is incredible against them. But I'll still go with the Ravens in this one. I think Bengals are just having a really off year. You know, a lot of these games for like these playoff teams or former playoff teams, like in the past, like the Bengals, you know, the Broncos, all these teams, they're kind of playing for next season to show what they have for next season. So they're basically playing for a lot of pride, and I guess we'll see the true colors of these teams, you know, and how much they really care for the game.
Yeah.
But I think the Ravens are going to come out strong, and they're going to be able to beat the Bengals.
Well, one beautiful thing about, you know, the end of the year is that you get to see the playbooks open up quite a bit. A lot of trick plays, a lot of deep passes, going on fourth downs. So it's a good thing about the last week of the year, especially for teams not going into the playoffs, hence this match. With that, Johnny's going to pick the Bengals to win this one at home, finish the year out strong. A lot of rumors that Marvin Lewis will not be fired. I don't understand why. And with that, I will pick the Ravens to win this as well. Because they finished the year relatively strong. They got, you know, I wouldn't say lucky against the Steelers. It was a divisional match, and the Steelers deserved to win. But, you know, they marched on the field with very little time left. The Ravens scored a touchdown, and the Steelers did it right back. So, tough loss for them. I'm sure they'll finish the season out strong. Bengals, it's been an off year. Let's hope they do well again next year, with or without Marvin Lewis. So, two Ravens here. Johnny's got the Bengals. Let's see what happens next game.
Alright, so next up we got an AFC South matchup. What would have been probably one of the better matchups of the week, and what I think would have been flexed to Sunday night if the Titans would have won. So this is the Texans at Tennessee playing the Titans. Who do you got?
I don't know. I'm going to throw it with Johnny's pick, I guess. He's got the Titans winning this one. I believe the Texans did win the division. They have clinched it.
They did. That's why it would have been interesting if the Titans won. You know.
I guess I'll give it to the Texans. I can see them riding into the playoffs on a little bit of a win streak and then completely get destroyed like they always do. So yeah, I'm going to pick the Texans.
Tough one to call. I do think the Titans have a lot more potential as a team. And I do like them a lot better than the Texans, but the Texans I believe are 5-0 within the division if I'm not mistaken. For some reason, a lot of their wins do come within division whenever they do win the division, which is pretty much key to winning division. So I'll go with them on this one, even though I really do like the Titans a lot. I really hope that the Titans, even though Marcus Mariota's out and he's been playing excellent this year, I really hope that they go in on a strong note and win this game, but I just don't see it happening with the Texans being so good within the division, so I'll go with them.
Yeah, alright, so Johnny got the Titans, we got the Texans, the battle of the T's in the AFC South. See what happens next game. Next up, we have the Carolina Panthers heading into Tampa Bay to play the Bucks. Are they both? Obviously, the Panthers are the Bucks eliminated. No, not yet. Mathematically, still available to make it. So not a relevant bowl completely. And so yeah, who's your pick?
Well, Bucks have everything to play for in this game. They do need some help, but they need a win to pretty much have a chance to go into the playoffs. So I'll go with the Bucks. I picked them to win the division at the beginning of the year. I was obviously not right on that, but still a very impressive year nonetheless. Even if they don't make it or not, Dirk has been doing a pretty good job there. Panthers, on the other hand, have a complete opposite season of what they had last year, which I said they would. I said they go below 500 and not make the playoffs. But regardless, I'm gonna go with the Bucks. Like I said, they have everything to play for. Panthers clearly, when stuff goes wrong, they kind of check out of the game, especially their quarterback. So let's see what happens.
I'll agree. I'll pick the Bucks. Like you said, everything to lose, nothing. Everything to gain and to lose out of this one. It's a big, very important matchup for them. But Johnny will disagree with us and pick the Panthers, probably because he sees them playing that spoiler role, and Cam ended the year last year crying his ass off the press conference, and maybe this year he'll be dabbing his way to another shitty record. So next year they could do the whole same thing again. So Johnny's got the Panthers, we got the Bucks. Let's hope for Eric's sake the Bucks pull out a victory and get him into the playoffs. Next game.
All right, so next up we got an AFC North matchup between two historically bitter rivals. We got the Cleveland Browns heading into Pittsburgh to play the Steelers. Yeah, what do you got?
Well, the Browns avoided a perfect season.
Congrats to them, honestly.
Yeah, they won an NFL game. You keep acting like you won the Super Bowl. I don't care how emotional it is and how hard you guys fall a year. It was your job from day one to do that 16 times. It took you 15 times to do it once. It's pathetic, and you should be embarrassed. Okay, not praising the fact, and I hope all the hate comes running in because it's just the facts. Okay, if you're proud of beating one team and the Chargers over 2 missed field goals, then wow, man, you got some serious issues you got to fix up. Okay, you got some serious. The Cleveland, man, you got the Cavs. You got LeBron. Let's be honest. You got LeBron and the Indians. A pretty solid team. Although you lost to my Cubbies, thank you. And the Browns, man, you got to catch up because city of Cleveland seems to be turning a little bit of a tide, and you're clearly holding them down. With that, I'm picking the Steelers. If you're playing the Browns, I don't care who's playing for if they rest their starters or not. Steelers for me.
Yeah, pretty easy pick. Even with the backups the Steelers have, I would actually think that they have a better team than the Browns.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Browns are probably one of the only teams in the league, along with the Rams to some degree, where I can't name you most of the players on their roster. So yeah, Steelers for me, pretty obvious pick.
Johnny's got the Steelers too. Easy pickings. If you lose to the Browns Steelers, I'm not looking forward to your playoff hopes. Next game. Alright, so our next matchup is the only one I will care about this week.
The last one.
The last one I'll care about for the next 6 to 9 months. The Dallas Cowboys head into Philly to play my Philadelphia Eagles. I cannot pick, of course, but I'll just say this right off the get-go. Good hard-fought win last week against the Giants. We shut down that diva. Although he did have over 100 yards, we didn't let him into the end zone. That's the only thing that matters. Our defense played great. Our offense played alright at times. We had a couple moments that scared me. But I'm looking forward to the future. Doug Peterson, all the haters out there for him. Go fuck yourself. Doug Peterson's a great coach. Carson Wentz, we got a good future. We need a running back that doesn't always get injured to help out Sproulsy. We need a wide receiver. We need some corners. Maybe a piece or two on the O-line. I think we're set. For some serious contention. And the Philadelphia Eagles, mark my words, you heard it here in the last video of 3-Sided Box of 2016. We'll be back next year with a vengeance. Mark my words, you heard it here first. I'm picking nobody because I can't. What's your pick?
Well, we all know how heated this rivalry is.
It's always fun, even when the games don't matter.
You know what I find interesting and very kind of like, I don't know, it kind of hit me in the head a little bit. Like it just kind of ring the bell. It brought me to some flashbacks of last year between the Eagles and Cowboys when you guys played, was it week 2 or something?
3.
And a certain quarterback got injured. Well, What I'm trying to say is that Tyron Smith, who's considered and who is among the best left tackles in football, despite what he thinks, he has a sprained MCL. So that blind side of Dax is now not as secure as before.
Who's on that?
And who's on that D-line is a pretty damn good D-line. So it's not, and the Eagles will not go down lightly, especially at home, especially against their biggest rival, that pretty much no one in the division nor in the whole city, Philadelphia, likes. So, man, I don't want to predict injuries, and I hope it doesn't happen because I think Dak's doing a pretty decent job there.
Well, rumor has it they might start Sanchez and snub Tony. That's the rumor I heard because they don't want to risk injury because apparently they are lining up a big trade for him. That's what I've been hearing.
Okay. Because, yeah, I'm not sure. Like I said, I don't want to wish anything, but if Dak's playing, I could see a little injury happen. That's all I'm saying. But with that being said, I'm actually going to pick the Eagles in this one. Cowboys don't really have much to play for. They already clinched home field. They should be resting their starters. Eagles definitely want this going into next year. And they usually beat a division rival at the end of the year when the season does not matter, when they're already eliminated. So I'm going to go with the Eagles in this one.
Johnny's got the Eagles as well. Not a hard pick for the week, whether the Cowboys are the #1 seed or the worst team in football. It's always #beat Dallas. And like I said, mark my words, the Eagles will be back next year. And since you mentioned Tyron Smith, he's either going to be lining up against Connor Barwin, who I think statistically on our O-line is, other than Fletch, is the best pass rusher on versus the Cowboys, or he's going to be lining up against Brandon Graham, who is having a career year, great year. And watch out for Jenk. He had a huge game last week against the Giants. He's the guy you got to watch on these games because he's the one guy who never gives up no matter what the score is, no matter what the records are. So fly Eagles fly. Let's beat the shit out of Dallas. Let's ruin their playoff hopes. Let's shatter those dreams. Before the playoff even begins, boys, let's do it. Next game.
All right, so next game, this is, honestly, it's a pretty big irrelevant bowl. We got the Buffalo Bills heading into New York to play them Jets. NFC East rivalry.
AFC East.
AFC East. I'm sorry about that.
Not my division.
Not your division. AFC East.
No.
Go ahead.
I'll pick the Bills. Shady McCoy. Love the guy. They just fired the Ryan brothers. I find it hilarious that you've had to fire both. I mean, you can't fire just one, but. And it would have been funny to see him go back to New York and lose his games. I would have picked the Jets actually if they didn't fire Rex Ryan. Because they did, I'm picking the Bills. Because fuck it.
I believe after the Rex Ryan firing, the GM of the Bills, I think it was Doug Whalen, he decided to put it upon himself to name E.J. Manuel the starter over Tyrod Taylor.
Really?
And as much as I know you're not a big believer in Tyrod Taylor, I have a lot of respect for him. He produces a lot of touchdowns. I think I saw a stat, it was like 40 touchdowns, both rushing and passing for 8 interceptions, something crazy like that. He's a really decent, he's a pretty good quarterback. I don't know why they would do that if EJ's just hasn't been working out in Buffalo, man. I just don't get it. Let Tyrod play. But regardless, I just think that all they're going to do is just run the ball on the Jets. The Jets have checked out pretty much in like week 4, so I'm going to go with the Bills.
Johnny's going to pick the Jets this week. In a shocking upset. Who knows why? Who cares? Irrelevant bowl. 2 Bills, Johnny's got the Jets. Next game. Next up, huge irrelevant bowl. Chicago Bears riding into Minnesota to play the Vikings. Who would have thought the Vikings would have been this far out of the playoff picture after week 5? Definitely none of us. But I keep hoping they keep losing because the worse they do, the better it is for the Eagles. The Eagles could get anywhere between, I think, the 8th overall pick or the 10th or something like that to like the 20th or something like that, depending on the outcome of this week's matchups. So yeah, Chicago at Minnesota. Who do you have?
I'm going to go with the Bears.
Nice.
I can't believe I'm saying it, but I'm going to go with the Bears. I believe last week the Vikings, or 2 weeks, I don't know what it was, the corners decided to not follow Mike Zimmer's game plan. And they let Terrence Newman try to cover Jordy Nelson, and the rest is pretty much history because they destroyed the Vikings. So obviously there's some dysfunction in that organization, which is very surprising.
I don't find it surprising.
I find it surprising. But yeah, with that being said, I mean the Bears really haven't had anything to play for since like week 1. So
Week 2 when we beat them on Monday night.
Yeah, whatever, man. Doesn't matter. They're terrible, but I like their running back, Jordan Howard. Vikings D-line is decimated by injuries, and it hasn't been as stout as it was at the beginning of the year. I think the Bears will be able to run on them, and Matt Barkley, who's surprisingly playing, okay. So that's all you could ask for, man. At least the Bears quarterback's playing okay, so
First time in a while.
First time in a while. So I'll pick the Bears in the great city Chicago, as you like to say.
Salute Vikings for Johnny. I don't know why. Don't really care because I've got the Bears. The Bears. Salute to the city of Chicago. You're a great city. We are definitely coming anytime between April to May. So stay tuned. Maybe we'll film something special over there. I got the Bears. You got the Bears. John's got the Vikings. Next game.
Alright, so next up, we got a really boring matchup. AFC South. The Jacksonville Jaguars heading into Indianapolis to play the Colts. What do you got?
Well, Johnny can't pick. Jags just recently won their first home game in over a year. So congrats to you.
Against the Titans. After Marcus Mariota got injured.
Coincidence? Definitely not. Although there's a nice pass to Blake Bortles for that touchdown reception. A nice little trick play.
Marquise Lee for quarterback of the Jags.
Yeah. So everybody's doing it. Started off with when Russell Wilson against my team, and then Dez did it last night, or not last week. Poe did it for the Chiefs the other day. A bloated Tebow play, and the Jags too. But I don't give a shit. I'm picking the Colts because they're a way better team, and they're still the cream of the crop of this division, although they haven't won shit in a while. Jim Irsay fix the O-line before your quarterback dies. Colts for me. By the way, big props to 5'8". Big props to 5'8".
Talk about that later.
The Hunter, baby. Treco! We haven't forgot you in Philly, baby. Who's your pick? Johnny can't pick, by the way.
I'm just gonna go with the Colts, man. I just think that the Jags are such a off and on team. Basically need to hand them a game and they'll still almost blow it.
Yeah.
And which basically happened many times this year. So I'm gonna go with the Colts in this one. Andrew Luck, even without an O-line or basically any defense, is still very dangerous. So I'll go with him over the whole Jags roster. So
5'8's put in some traumatic memories in there. Colts for us. Johnny hopes for a Colts win. Let's do it. Next game. Okay, AFC East next. The New England Patriots head into the beautiful city of Miami to play the Dolphins. Two playoff teams. Who would have thought that the Miami Dolphins made the playoffs?
Congrats to Adam Gase and that group of teams. Props to you. Nobody expected it. I definitely didn't. I thought they were going to finish last in the division, and it wouldn't even be close. And that guy turned around a 1-4 team into a playoff team.
Well, look, I will also say this. I am a very skeptical person, especially when it comes to football. This might be that fluke year. It could be. You know what? It's very possible it is.
It doesn't matter because right now we know they're in the playoffs. We have to respect that.
True. Okay. Regardless, Patriots. You're playing Bill Belichick. Even if Tom Brady's not there, Bill Belichick is the mastermind of preparing for games. And they won games with their other quarterbacks this year, as we all seem to forget. This is no different. It's the same team that it was at the beginning of the year, literally, whether Brady's playing or not.
I will say this: the Dolphins are playing, jockeying for position, to play in the instead of playing at the Steelers, they'll go and play at the Texans if they were to win and the Chiefs were to lose.
Yeah.
So they are playing for more, but so are the Patriots. They're playing for the first round bye, and sorry about that. They're playing to get home field advantage throughout the whole AFC. So win and they get that. So I think that they'll play Tom Brady. They won't rest their starters.
Bill Belichick doesn't usually do that until late in games.
Yeah, exactly. Well, he did it last year and bit him in the ass. So against this team, out of all teams. So I'm gonna go with the Pats. I'm hoping for a Pats loss, but I just don't see it happening. So Pats.
Yeah, Johnny's got the Pats too. Easy pickings. Dolphins again. Congrats. If you do pull out the victory, which is possible, it might be your last of the season, most likely. Because let's be honest, you're not gonna do much in the playoffs. So Pats for all three of us. Next game.
All right. So next up, we got a pretty important matchup for me, at least. It's an AFC West matchup.
Shout out Laval Catholic.
Yeah, exactly.
09, class 09, Laurie Senior, baby. Shout out.
We got the Kansas City Chiefs heading into San Diego, who recently lost to the Browns.
Good on them.
And it has a lot of implications because if Kansas City loses, no matter what, even if the Raiders lose, Raiders clinch a first round bye, which could be key. So,
Major.
I'm hoping for a Chargers victory, but go ahead and say your pick.
Well, I'm picking Andy Reid and Jeremy Maclin, the Kansas City Chiefs. First of all, they're playing the team that lost to the Browns, which is saying a lot. And they're playing for something. The Chargers are playing for nothing, and the Chargers suck. And this is probably the Chargers' last home game, maybe ever, because they might be moving to Los Angeles next year. Which let's hope for actual Chargers fans, which I know one, that they do that, so the team could actually get good again and have some money invested in them because they can't sell tickets. So I'm picking the Chiefs. And Andy Reid closed out seasons pretty well.
2 weeks ago, I biasedly picked the Titans to beat the Chiefs at Arrowhead.
Yeah.
And I was proven correct on that very biased statement because I needed them to lose one so the Raiders have a chance.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to pick the Chargers in this one, again biasedly, because it worked last time. That's my reasoning. Even though I don't see the Chargers really pulling this one out, I really hope Phillip Rivers plays spoiler like he did against Oakland back in 2011 and beat the Chiefs and guarantees the Raiders a bye, even if they lose. So, go Chargers for me.
Johnny's got the Chiefs. He's going to be on that Andy Reid, Jeremy Maclin wagon like I am, constantly riding with the boys. But anything could happen. It is divisional, like every other game this week. So, who cares? They're all irrelevant in the end. Next game. Next up, we got the snoozer of the week. We got the beaten up Arizona Cardinals heading into Los Angeles with the Rams. Oh my God. Wow, what a snoozer. Who do you got?
Cards. I mean, they are the superior team. They had an off year. Like I said, a lot of these games in Week 17 you're playing for next year. And I don't think the Cards, who know that they could do better than what they showed, especially with their running back, is playing as good as he's doing. So I got the Cards in this one. Rams have a lot of work to do in the offseason.
Say the least.
Yeah.
Johnny's got his Rams. One last time, I guess. One more shot in the dark. I'll pick the Cards just because they are fighting for their pride. And I'm sure Larry Fitzgerald, last thing he wants is to end his potentially his Cardinals career.
His whole
career. Or either one, whatever. And Carson Palmer and potentially Bruce Arians. With a loss to the lowly Rams, who don't even have a head coach. So Cards for me and you, Rams for Johnny, because obviously, next game.
Alright, so next up, we got my Raiders in an AFC West matchup heading into that cheap Mile High Air to play the Denver Broncos in that very, very cheap environment. Whatever. I can't pick. I'm hoping for a win. I'm hoping McJesus could pull off one even with Carr out.
Unless Connor Cook takes what he wants, it ain't happening. You got a golden opportunity to win the Super Bowl right now. Because I'll get to my pick. Go on.
No, go ahead. I was just gonna.
All right. Well, I'll throw off with Johnny's pick. He's got the Broncos winning this one. The last game of the year, he finally gives up on the Raiders.
Typical.
All I know is 5'8", my boy. I mean, I don't wish any injury on Derek Carr. Nothing against him personally, but to see this kid's hopes and dreams shattered before my eyes just warms my heart tremendously. So good on you guys. Even though I have nothing really against the Raiders. In fact, out of all the teams in the playoffs, I definitely wouldn't mind them winning it all. It's just not happening.
We'll see, man. We'll see.
Look, all I know, I will say this: if Connor Cook, at some point, gets the keys to the car, no pun intended, all right, and he, I don't want to spill my coffee or my tea, takes what he wants because he does what he wants when he fucking wants it, all right. Like he did at Michigan State, baby. Oh! He stole a title from you back when you were a bandwagon Ohio State fan. He could take you back to the promised land in Raiderville, all right? Now with that Connor Cook is not starting this week, so I will give the Broncos the victory. They are not making the playoffs. The defending champions will no longer be the defending champions after this game is officially over, because they have been eliminated because Trevor Siemian, not entirely his fault, but the offense has just been completely lackluster and the defense did not play up to its normal standards from last year.
And as I predicted.
Wow, congratulations. You predicted a team would be figured out. With that being said, the loss of Carr is going to be huge. Although Carr, I don't believe, is as good as he is the leader of that team regardless. Not Josh McCown, fucking Matt McGloin is garbage.
Jesus. Yeah. You haven't watched him play a single snap.
But I've seen Connor Cook play a lot of snaps at Michigan State, and I've seen that guy take what he wants when he wants it. So unless, I'm telling you this, I swear, I'm dead serious about this. If Connor Cook becomes the starter of the Oakland Raiders will win the Super Bowl. And there's rumors that they might sign Mike Vick. I will buy a Mike Vick jersey, and Marquette King, you better give up that 70. I love you, buddy, because you fucking Kim Kardashian somehow started this whole trend, the snowball effect to go ahead. But you're a Green Ranger fan. Me and JDF have nothing but love for you. But I'm picking the Broncos this week. You want to say anything?
It's not over till the clock hits 0000, right?
Alright.
That's all I'm gonna say, man. You can't count the Raiders out, especially with that team. Okay, we have a good team. It's not just Derek Carr.
We'll see what happens on
dynamic
Sunday.
offense.
See what happens on Sunday. 2 Broncos, me and Johnny. He's hoping for Raiders win. Next game. Divisional matchup for me again. NFC East. The recently lost to the Eagles, New York Giants are riding into Washington to play the Deadskins, who are still trying to get into the playoffs. Low chances, but chance nonetheless. So Giants, Redskins, who do you have?
I'll go with the Redskins on this one.
Your prediction to win the division clearly didn't even come close to happening.
And neither did every year that you said the Eagles are going to win the division.
I was right a couple of years ago when we won the division because Brandon Boykin's a monster.
Yeah, well,
but that's none of my business.
A broken clock is right twice a day, so it doesn't matter.
All right, Steve.
Anyways,
Steve.
I'm going to pick the Redskins just because they have everything to play for, and the Giants already clinched their spot, basically.
Yep.
So they're pretty much guaranteed the 5th seed. So I'm going to go with the Redskins on this one, just for that fact.
Cool. Johnny is going to pick the Deadskins as well. I don't know what situation needs to play out for them to make the playoffs. I don't think it's as simple as winning you're in.
No, but I'm just saying that if they win, they'll have a chance.
I'm picking the Giants. As much as I don't want to. They're coming off a tough loss, and I see them riding into the playoffs with a W, especially, you're playing the Redskins, man. It's not hard. It's not hard. D-Jax, he already checked out. He's coming back. He already knows where his home's going to be at next year. I'm picking the Giants, yeah. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say that you said it's not hard, but how come the Eagles couldn't do it this year?
Oh, because we have a rookie quarterback, no wide receivers, 5 right tackles, injured running backs, and the refs clearly give them a lot. Especially Sproul's neck almost flew off like Jango Fett in episode 2 of Star Wars. Anyways, I got the Giants. These idiots got the Redskins. Next game.
All right, so next up we got a pretty boring matchup. We got the Seahawks at San Francisco playing the Niners. Yeah, go ahead.
Seahawks.
Seahawks for me too.
John's got the Seahawks. So I'll let this run so all the graphics could play out. Because that's what I need to do because I don't like cutting that shit short. So Seahawks are definitely winning this one. Next game. Alright, next up we got the battle of nice jerseys versus okay jerseys. The Nalian Saints riding into the it might be the last game for the Falcons in the Georgia Dome. I don't know if their new stadium's going to be open next year yet. I think it is. So yeah, Saints at Falcons. Who do you have?
Well, Saints have nothing to play for besides pride.
Never stopped Drew Brees before.
Eh?
Didn't never stopped Drew Brees before.
No, but it stops the rest of his team because the rest of the team is shit. The Falcons are playing for a first-round bye because they currently hold that for the first-round bye against the Seahawks. So basically, if they win, they get a first-round bye, and they'll play every single team besides
You just missed my hand.
besides the Cowboys at home. So I'm gonna go with the Falcons in this one. They have a lot to play for. Saints not really. Drew Brees can play spoiler given a good team around him, but I don't think he'll be able to do it this time around.
So you got the Falcons.
Yeah.
John got the Falcons too. I'm gonna pick the Saints because I like them. I like their jerseys a lot. I just got where is it? That's charging. I got the black and gold PlayStation controller today. It was on sale for $50 Canadian at EB Games for Boxing Days sale because it's a couple of days or more. I don't know. I like the Saints. I like Drew Brees. He's playing for pride, and spoiler is a role truly fitting for him in these certain things. And I think if he hasn't hit his 5th 5,000-yard season, he's like on the cusp of. I think he's gonna have a big game. Either way, I got the Saints. They got the Falcons. Let's move on to the last Sunday Night Football of 2016. Next game.
All right. So in our final game of Week 17 of this year, the final game for a lot of the teams this year, I've been there many times.
I've been there 3 years in a row now. So
welcome to my life. We got the Green Bay Packers playing against the Detroit Lions. Sunday Night Football. Who do you have?
This is for the division.
For the division.
But I believe that they also have a chance of being the wild card.
If they tie, both make playoffs.
We should have done some.
With the Packers getting division.
And what if one of them loses?
I think if the Lions lose, Buccaneers win. I don't know. So many different scenarios that could happen. I think a Lions loss, they're in risk of being eliminated.
Obviously. Anyways, whatever. Something is possible. Do your research. We didn't because we're exhausted. We've been out all day with our family. I'll pick the Packers to win because the Lions, I hate them. I'm not a big Packers fan either, but I really hate the Detroit Lions so much. They remind me so much of the Cowboys. I mean, their colors as what began, and then the fact that the refs gave them that. Mind you, apparently the Lions got flagged for tackling Zeke, which is hilarious because that's when you know that you're paying the refs where a simple tackle gets you a flag, but yet with that dipshit that the fucking Sproulsy didn't get him anything but a slap on the wrist. But anyways, I got the Packers. I sound drunk, but I'm not. I'm just really tired.
For me, my brain says Packers, but I want to go Lions, so I'm going to go with the Lions on this one. I've been rooting for them for pretty much the whole year. Well, not for the whole year, but ever since they kind of came into the picture, I've been rooting for them. So I hope that they'll be able to take it, because I don't want to see Packers winning division. Boring. Such a boring team. I don't know. They're just boring. So I'm going to go with the Lions on this one. Hopefully they win. Honestly, hopefully they win.
Johnny got the Lions too. In our final pick of the year, he's got the Lions winning this one. Very important matchup. The only one worth watching in reality this week. The only one with implications for two teams playing at once. Minus no, that's it. Every other team, there's only one team that could benefit from it, or none. Wow, the NFL, man, no wonder your ratings are so low, man. Your scheduling sucks. All we know is that it's been confirmed the Eagles will play the Raiders next year in Philly. Please, if anybody who works for the NFL is involved with some sort of scheduling, please make it early in the year so we could go without any issues. We're going no matter what, even if it's during the holidays. But for school reasons and work reasons and obviously weather reasons, the first 4 weeks of the year is what we want. Healthy team, everything's still on the line and good weather, and we don't have to worry about exams or leaving work during busy times. That's what we really want. So please, Eagles, Raiders in Philly, please make it. NFL, please. We're doing these shows and we're trying to give you ratings so we can get ratings back. Please make it early in the year so we can enjoy it. And with that, guys, that's it for Prediction Center. That's it for 2016 for us. We hope you had a very Merry Christmas. We hope you're having a great Hanukkah, great Kwanzaa, and whatever other stuff you're celebrating this time of year. Be safe with your families. Spend time with your loved ones. Get drunk. Get fucked up. Stay at home, play video games all day. Whatever floats your boat. Just have a great time. Happy New Year. We'll see you all in the new year in 2017 for some playoff predictions And like I said, if you watched our newest show, You Just Made the List, revamped channel starting 2017 with a whole bunch of new shows coming up. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Like the video, comment your picks down below. Subscribe if you haven't, and always share it with your friends if you can. We really appreciate it. Thank you again for watching. We'll see you all in the new year. Enjoy the January 1st playoff games, because we will. And we'll see you all then. Take care, guys.